Packaging applications into Cloudpaging containers is now easier than ever. With the release of Cloudpaging AI, you could containerize off-the-shelf applications with just a few clicks. Simply navigate to Applications in Cloudpager and click Add Application. You will be presented with a menu containing multiple options, including Cloudpaging AI. Select Cloudpaging AI and Continue. A list appears highlighting applications from Microsoft Windows Package Manager or WinGet. Cloudpaging AI can containerize on your behalf. Click on the app you want and let Cloudpaging AI take care of the rest. As an example, I will select Google Chrome, which is the latest version available in WinGet at the time of this recording. After you select an application, you can modify application information to your liking, such as the name, version, publisher, and more. When the information is completed to your satisfaction, you can click Publish. You will be prompted to enter a comment. Administrative actions taken within Cloudpager prompt the admin for comment. The comments are stored and can be referenced later for audit tracking purposes. Once happy with your comment, click Publish. Cloudpaging AI handles the packaging process while you get back to your day. Back in the application dashboard, we could see the status of this application shows that it is currently cloudifying. There is nothing else we must do at this juncture. Our AI service is packaging the application and will make it available in my Cloudpager tenant when ready to deploy. Let's publish some other applications too. In this section of the video, I will edit to avoid subjecting you to repetition, but I will be quickly selecting 7-Zip, Slack, Zoom, and SQL Management Studio, and I will publish those applications too. We can see the status for all published applications once published shows cloudifying. I will also use video editing at this point so we don't have to sit through looking at a status bar. One of the beauties of this feature is that there is not a whole lot to see or do. The AI does all the work in the background. The service essentially installs the selected applications using the available WinGet package and performs an analysis of the contents of said applications. It then leverages our unique Numecent developed large language model, which has a dataset compiled of our packaging best practices and insights from our expert team. The AI will then package the applications into our Cloudpaging container format, configuring the package following instructions gleaned from the analysis phase. This is not simply just auto-packaging applications and accepting all defaults. This is actually applying intelligence and configuring the application packages and containers optimally. The AI service is making packaging decisions. Finally, the service publishes the completed application package into your Cloudpager application catalog, allowing you to deploy it to your employees. With all of our applications published, it's now time to deploy these applications with a Cloudpager workpod. Workpods enable you to group applications together and auto-deploy them to Entra ID groups and users based on need. On publishing a workpod, the application containers will be dynamically provisioned directly to employee desktops. In this instance, I will call this workpod Base Applications and set a description that this workpod contains a set of applications for all our Cloud PC users, because my target in this instance is my Windows 365 Cloud PC users. I will now add some applications. First, I will add an older version of Google Chrome. This is older than the one that the AI service just packaged for us. I will then add the other applications that Cloudpaging AI created for us. Then I will click Add under Group and User Access, and I will select an Entra ID group that I want to assign the workpod to. In this case, will be my Cloud PC users. Now, before we publish this workpod, I will navigate to a Windows 365 Cloud PC where I'm logged in as a user who is a member of that Entra ID group. I will launch our client software Cloudpaging Player, and you can see that there are currently no applications available to launch. Moving quickly back to Cloudpager, I will go ahead and publish this workpod. Once again, I will enter a comment. This time I will include a change request number, as this is an action which will impact production users. This is something I may want to correlate later to a change request number. When happy with the comment, I will click Publish. Back over on the Cloud PC, we will now see these applications become available on the desktop and in the Start menu. I will go ahead and launch 7-Zip first. And if we go to the Help About, we can see that this is version 24.09. At the time of this recording, this version was recently released by the vendor, as the previous version 24.08 was leveraged by a cyber gang in attacks. This is an interesting use case, as 7-Zip is widely used in enterprises due to how many compressed file formats it supports. But unlike applications such as Google Chrome, 7-Zip does not contain an auto-update feature or a check for updates option in the Help or File menu. Installing the latest version is a very manual task, but it doesn't have to be with Cloudpaging AI. For those unfamiliar with Numecent's Cloud Paging container format, you can also see that this is a fully rich application experience. For example, if I browse to a zip file and right-click, we can see the context menu is displayed and functions perfectly. I can take actions like open an archive, and you'll see that it is doing this with the container, and I can also do things like extract the files. Of course, 7-Zip is a relatively small application. We also selected SQL Management Studio, which is quite large. I will launch this application, and just like the native install, the first launch will take a moment. Unlike with the native installs, however, this initial slowness does not have to be experienced by every employee using the newly delivered application. If we look at this application back in Cloudpager, we can see there is an option toggled on to improve performance. When I launched this application for the first time, our client's machine learning capabilities kicked in to analyze the application launch and create what we call a prefetch. This prefetch will be synced to my Cloudpager tenant at the next interval. Subsequent users getting the application will have the prefetch delivered to them with the application, which in effect will optimize the launch time and speed up the first launch for other employees. I can also launch Zoom, which is another relatively large application. And we can see that the version on the launch screen matches that in the Cloud Paging player, so there's consistency with the version, and it is the latest version available in Winget at the time of this recording. I will launch Google Chrome now, which is the last of the applications I want to focus on for this demo. This version of Google Chrome is not the one that the AI service just created, as I mentioned earlier. Now, if I go to the About, we can see this is a version 133.x. Let's say I want to update Google Chrome with the latest version that the service created. This is easy to do. I just go back to my workpod, I click Edit, I choose Add Application, I will add the latest version available and remove the currently assigned version. I click Publish, and once again I will put in a comment and add a change request number. Then I will click Publish once more. If I quickly move over to my Cloud PC, we can see the older version of Google Chrome goes away and the new version becomes available. Just to confirm, I will launch Google Chrome and I will show the version number. You may also notice that the Cloud Paging AI service actually disabled the auto update mechanism in Google Chrome. So it had the intelligence to disable the auto update since it's being packaged with the AI service and you'd want those auto updates disabled in future. Again, it's optimally configured and settings are applied within the package by the AI service. But let's say, hypothetically speaking, I rushed out this new version to either all employees or a subset of employees, and I get calls to the service desk saying a critical browser extension is no longer working and the employees can't work. This has to be remediated immediately. Reverting the change using traditional deployment tools could be an ugly process that takes multiple steps and is prone to failure. In Cloudpager, it couldn't be easier. I just go back to my workpod, select Edit once again, and this time I click View Revisions. Here, we could see each revision of this workpod and the comments I entered when publishing. You could see when I click either revision that the version of Google Chrome differs from each revision. If I go to the original version of this workpod and I click Rollback, I receive a pop-up informing me that this action will affect only one application, so I can have the confidence that this will only roll back the update of Google Chrome, which is what I want, so I will proceed. Now back over on my Cloud PC, we can see that the newer version of Google Chrome disappears, that 134, and the older version, 133, is back. Having the ability to rapidly roll back application updates and having the confidence that this will consistently work because the applications are delivered in containers makes application updates low risk. Cloudpaging AI makes it possible to stay on top of the application updates while maintaining visibility and control, all while improving the employee experience through optimized application performance and fast application deployments. Thank you for exploring Cloudpaging AI with me, and be sure to subscribe to us on YouTube, follow Numecent on social media platforms, and explore numecent.com for all the latest on app virtualization and container management.